yeah, so this is just going through each of the houses individually. I'm not going to go through them all like that. I just went. The keywords just allow you. They give a little more concentrated focus on the subject matter of the element, of the mode, of the quadrant it's in. It just lets you get a focus. It's probably ideas around identity or ideas around yourself, or just you can start to see. So when you meet someone, you see they're always talking and they're talking about what they know and what they know. They're always talking. You can think, well, maybe the Mercury's in the third house. Maybe it's in the first house because they're drawing attention to themselves with their ideas. Mercury in third house, if they don't get the attention from themselves, they'll put it in writing or on a blog, but it'll be looking to express. Here, it's looking to be known for what I express. In the first house, it's looking to be known for what I express. In the seventh house, it's looking to share the ideas. So if you have an idea, like if you're going out to do something, if you have a plan, do you just go do it? Or do you ask someone, hey, hon, do you think I should do this? Or hey, hon, I'm doing this. Or I'm just doing this. Honey, I'll have to figure it out later. But there's differences in the behavior. So once you get the structure, slowly it stretches out and you begin to expand it more and it rounds off so it becomes your whole life. Your houses are your whole being and life. And you're saying, oh, my mind's working more that way. Okay, that's why this is a weak spot, or that's why this happens this way. But still, you're supposed to use that Mercury and make it better. If you want to make your mind better, you work it in the house it's in. I mean, you can learn about the other things, but eventually you're going to have to use it in the house it's in. Okay, so when you get to the timings and you watch things, Mercury is the one that's going around so fast every 3 months. We learn things in 3-month cycles. And classes go for 3 months, so they don't pan out that well. So the by seasons, almost every 3 months, there's Mercury goes through a whole cycle, and so in that 3 months, it's as it goes around, it's going to touch every planet in the chart. It's going to interact. It's going to be the most exposed to the most things more than any other planet than the moon. And these two, the moon and the Mercury, really have a diversity of input and impressions. They're taking in everything and making themselves. Moon's feeling about it, the Mercury's thinking about it, getting the relativity based on where everything is. And it'll sometimes be below the horizon, sometimes be above, but you're working with what's in your chart. It works for you. Your main priority is processing it by where your Mercury is. How high up, how low down. I think that's a very simple scale. When you see below and above, is Saturn near the IC? Is it near the angles? Is it near the midheaven? Is it rising or setting? Is it above or below? You really start to see, oh, you really start directing where the Mercury is working, where that alertness is coming from, and where right and wrong thinking can happen, and where the growth, where the intellectual growth will have to come from. Okay, now. So it goes through all of these. I'm pretty well. Yeah, so we get to the end of all of these. There. Yeah, so that's. Oh, no. Okay, so I sent you a thing on keywords. It is on this sheet. So you already had it in the webinar houses, on the PDF you allowed in the houses. It's just the keywords for other words for descendant, for each of the houses come in here. And this is just drawings showing the categories again, how they come along. So they're just study guides. Okay, so I think I'm about done here. I just wonder if anyone has any questions or anything they want to ask. You can, I know it's intimidating. We don't know each other. I'm talking, you guys are all listening. How do we know each other? But just, if you have questions, this is a good time. Just, you can just write a little question down, and I can respond to it. We can spend a bit more time. If not, I guess we're done right now. What time are we at? Okay, so yeah, we're almost finished anyway. So it's really up to you if you have any questions. Okay, is it? Yeah, so if there's not, I'm going to end it here. And next week, we're dealing with the sun. Your heart, your soul, your confidence becomes, we start seeing them more clearly. But the moon and Mercury, oh no, we haven't done Venus. Next week is Venus. Yeah, so moon and Mercury are puzzles. they're there. You can get to this meaning, but it's not so simple. Like it has a great diversity of ways it can show. Venus is your desires and your emotions and the choices you make and what you want. So it has a lot of choices too, but it really is very dramatic, whether it's subjective or objective or rising or setting. So we're dealing with Venus is your wants, what you like or don't like, what turns you on, what satisfies you, what doesn't satisfy you, what you love, what you hate, what you're attracted to, what you're repulsed from. It's the choices you make in your life. It's the choices you make. That's Venus. That's a huge function in our life. And whatever choices we want usually seduces our Mercury and tries to adjust our lifestyle so we can get what we want. So that's the Venus process. So I'm just mentioning we're going to be, so next week we'll work through the Venuses and try and work through these. This is just stretching everything. So when we get to the 5th level, we're going to work with each person's chart and go through each of the categories, go through each planet, or at least 1 or 2 planets out of each person's chart to see how it works and to tune in. So you can see bringing the signs and the houses and the aspects all together and how it really puts this incredible package of information, this whole database of healing information. Okay, I think I'm done. So thank you and have a good week. And we'll talk to you next week about Venus. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.